Our next speaker is Kimberly Mims.
As you have previously been informed, Mrs. Mims, in light of the formal action that has been commenced regarding your issues, our response will be limited to directing you to our legal counsel, whose contact information has already been provided to you.
It's Kimberly Mims under the same address, under Bowling Warrior, that our community has set up, a website to inform and help people within the community and across the United States. The student that I met from a former school, the Costa Mesa High School, his life was devastated a week or so before he was supposed to graduate. He gave a student a soda who had asked for it, and this young man, unfortunately, had his whole life changed in a matter of seconds. He had scholarships, there were at least 2, and he basically was accused of drinking. I met him, I was devastated when I heard his story. We need to not look at students and think they're guilty of things they're not guilty of. And the same thing goes with our teachers, our good teachers out there. This student, some of the board members are probably very familiar with the story. He was accused of drinking. He did not. He asked to even have a drinking test to prove he wasn't drinking. It cost his parents $11,000 to hire an attorney to even have the opportunity to walk down a high school aisle along with his colleagues. Not only did he not have that, there were students, he mentioned, I believe, 300, as well as 3 or 4 teachers stood behind this young man. And the board turned him down to graduate, changed his life. He got depressed. The worst part of his story was the retaliation to his other siblings at the school. We need to stop the retaliation. We need to look at what happened to this young man's life, and there's other people in our community as well. It needs to stop. The Corona Del Mar High School also has favors that are given to the students that parents have told me. When students leave the country or leave town, we have basically students that are getting in trouble at the school, and there's donations or favors done to look the other way. Every student should be treated the same way. It isn't right. I would like to find out, and our community members and our teachers would like to find out what happened with the voicemail on 6/14/11. It was left to go ahead. It was left to you, Walt Davenport. We want to see if you received it.
I have gone through a lot with my family at one of your local schools. Lived through a horrific nightmare. I don't want to get into too much to your voicemail. But you could just be so kind to look at some emails that come through kgmims1@yahoo.com. My daughter, who's only 11 years old, really wants me to come to the meeting tonight. I'm not sure if you are going to be there and speak in her behalf. There's a letter that she had written to her teacher, as well as the principal was given a copy that was sold to her, even up to the school district. To not read it, it'll never get acknowledged. It's completely broken my heart. So I was
Mrs. Mims, your time is up. We have no idea who that may be. That could be recorded from anyone or any place.
And I understand that, but emails were received.
And ma'am, your time is up.
And emails were received regarding the same thing.
Ma'am, your time is up.
I would like to go ahead and have you report back on the policies on complaints and claims. And if you turn in a complaint like it was at the last board meeting, if it's against the person.
Ma'am, your time is up.
Which happened to my family back in July.
Please, your time is up.
With Susan Estrita, and it was changed. I'd like to look into that. Dr. Navarro, if you could look into that.
Ma'am, how many times do I have to tell you your time is up?
Okay. Thank you.
Tuesday, June 14th, 2011. Hi, Mr. Davenport. It's Kimberly Mims calling. I know that you are the president of the board, hopefully for the Newport-Mesa Unified School District. I have gone through a lot with my family at one of your local schools. Lived through a horrific nightmare. I don't want to get into too much to your voicemail, but if you could just be so kind to look at some emails that come through kgmims1@yahoo.com. My daughter, who's only 11 years old, really wants me to come to the meeting tonight. I'm not sure if you are going to be there and speak in her behalf. There's a letter that she had written to her teacher, as well as the principal was given a copy that was sold to her, even up to the school district. To not read it, it'll never get acknowledged. It's completely broken my heart. So I was hoping I could come and read her letter tonight. And there is bullying going on at the school. It's astronomical. Lives that are being destroyed by internal means of the principal, the teacher, and it just breaks my heart. I am looking a lot to come forward. You've got a lot of teachers. You've got a lot of staff that have lost their health, lost their jobs, and a lot of people running scared. And I hope that I can trust you because I've gotten nowhere through Susan Estorito, sorry. And the last conversation I had with Bonnie Swan is when I read the letter over the phone to her, she basically told me my daughter was frail, writing a letter. You can imagine communicating. And it was only pertaining to a teacher exhorting her yet again for months on getting grades. She's got a lot of people scared in her class, and a lot of parents very afraid and very scared. And the principal stood behind the whole thing. And that's aside from running a daycare, literally for one teacher out of the school. So I know I put a lot on your voicemail, but I hope that you can care and make a difference here. I've been fighting this war only simply for reporting this little boy coming in class February 4th and the following working day, major retaliation towards my 11-year-old child. And she basically wants me to keep on fighting the fight, not just for her, but for all the kids there and kids who probably have run out of the school, according to different people that have told me. So again, thank you for your time. Confidentiality with this. Get some emails from me. I hope and pray that this can make a difference to really help teachers that are good teachers that really want to make a difference in study, help the families that are still going through trauma and stress and verbal abuse at this school from one in particular teacher. And I would love to be able to give you more information. And again, I'm only here to ask with my daughter, people that don't have voices, and the people that are too afraid to come forward. And I hope you can see through this. It's totally from my heart. I'm risking a lot to come forward anymore, and I don't even have my own house. And when people just don't even stand behind children, it tears your heart out. And I hope you can make a difference. And again, you'll be getting some emails from me, and hopefully I'll have the strength to come